I'm making this video primarily because it's come to my attention that the federal government, U.S. federal government may at some point try to use the situation that happened to me when I was in college against me. My innocence was proclaimed then, but I feel like I need to let the world know what happened that night. So I was at a college party in St. Louis, Missouri. The campus was Washington University. I was there with a gentleman who was an old acquaintance of mine. His name's Terrell Sanders. I had other colleagues, friends at WashU, so me and Terrell weren't really together that night. Terrell was a student at Webster University. I was a student at St. Louis University, but we knew each other. We went to the same boys club, and we had a mutual friend in high school, so we had known each other for some time. Terrell had a young lady on the dance floor for much of the night, doing all kinds of things with her. He really called her I don't know what the respectable term is, but was fingering her on the floor, had her shirt, like, fondling her breasts on the dance floor in plain sight for everybody to see. He was doing a lot with the young lady throughout the night. I really didn't pay her much mind, pay her much attention. I noticed it like everybody else, but who, looked at them, but I didn't have anything to do with the young lady on the dance floor. At the end of the night, Terrell told me that the young lady wanted to come back with us. I was driving. He was a passenger. I said, sure. So, being young, ignorant, thinking with the wrong head, I allowed the young lady to get in the car with us. She gave, I believe she gave Terrell oral sex first and me second. She gave us both oral sex in the car. At the time, I had a Monte Carlo 2-door. He was in the back seat with her, getting oral sex. And then when he was done, he got in the front and I got in the back. She gave me oral sex. When this was all over, done with, I didn't know the young lady from, a can of paint. So she told us that she wanted to go back with us, I guess maybe to have sex or to continue the night, whatever. At the time, I had a girlfriend, and I just wasn't interested in having, for lack of better words, I had already climaxed, and I just wasn't interested in continuing the night. I told her that, she needed to go back to her dorm or go back to, whatever. At the time, it was a long time ago, but I thought she lived on campus. I thought she was a WashU student. And she was very upset by me telling her that she couldn't come with us. I really didn't understand why at the time, why she was so upset, but I just kept telling her, like, no, you need to, I can take you wherever you need me to take you. I mean, I didn't just put her out the car. I dropped her off at a dormitory. But I didn't know that it wasn't her. She didn't live there. It's not like I just put her out of the car. I was just telling her, I can take you wherever you need to go, but you can't come back to my campus with me. So I dropped her off at what I thought was her dorm. I went back to my dorm. I dropped Terrell off. I went back to St. Louis University where I lived on campus. I was in the bed, and maybe, I just remember it was really like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It was beating on the door, and I answered, and my roommate's like, who is it? And they're like, Department of Public Safety, DPS. And I'm like, what? And so, they told me I had to come with them. I was arrested, taken to Washington University. The police took my statement. Apparently, the young lady told them that a very, very outlandish story, told them that we had taken her, or I had taken her to the woods, had taken her against her will, had made her do all sorts of things. She told a very, very outlandish story, which ended up saving my life. The blessing was that the story that she told was so it was so many lies, because she told him that we took her, or I took her certain places. She told him that she didn't. What really I think saved me was that she said that she didn't give Terrell oral sex. It was just me. He had nothing to do with it. She had a vendetta against me because I guess wouldn't let her come back with us. Maybe I was rude to her. But she told them that she did not do anything with him. That, she just wanted me to get in trouble, not him. And that was a blessing because his sperm and my sperm were both on something in the back seat. I don't know if it was a towel or a t-shirt or something. There was something that both of us had. Both of our sperms were in the car. And and that was evidence. And he eventually had to tell the truth, his side of the story. So I say that all to say, had she not lied, had she not, I don't know. It was a blessing that she lied. It was a blessing that she told him that we took her, like, to some strange place, because the cameras at WashU showed that we never left the campus. We were on the campus. That the camera showed the car, the camera showed the activities. So it was a blessing. When it was all said and done, I was put off campus during this ordeal as the investigation was going. St. Louis U put me off campus. I got an apology from St. Louis University. The WashU Police Department asked me if I wanted to press charges on the young lady. I declined at the time, just wanted it to be over. In hindsight, I wish I had pressed charges. But this key point, this CIA, U.S., FBI, federal government operation that they're running in my office, near my office space, just lets me know that they are trying to do things to or fabricate stories to tarnish my reputation, as they try to lie. They don't want the world to know I'm a prophet. They don't want the world to know I exist. And it's fine, because the truth will set us all free. God will show them that they will be shown. However, they are more concerned about the minds of individuals than they are about the destruction and chaos that will be caused. They've proven that. They know that, that attacking me has caused all sorts of natural disasters. They know these things, and they continue to do it. They don't care. They don't value human life. They are more concerned about people's thoughts than they are about people's lives, which is quite strange. But again, this is, I just thought that I would tell the world, what actually happened before stories and lies are released or fabricated. Oh, I forgot to mention that turns out the young lady was not a WashU student. She was a minor. She was on campus visiting. Well, I think she was 17 or 18. I think she may have been 17. But she was on campus visiting on like a scholarship, visit or something. She wasn't a student at WashU. She was a high school senior, and that was visiting from Arkansas. I had no idea. Again, I hadn't talked to this young lady. I hadn't, I was just, it was an opportunity. And again, I was thinking with the wrong tool. But yeah, so, I say this all to say, so I have charges on because not charges. I was never charged. The charges were dropped because she was lying. I never had to go to court. I never had to see a judge or see a prosecuting attorney or anything like that. The charges were dropped because the truth was on camera. However, I do have an arrest record that with some very, very alarming, things on it. Felonious restraint, forcible sodomy are the things that really stuck out to me. Now, you would think sodomy means I raped somebody and, anal sex or something, but apparently oral sex is considered sodomy. And felonious restraint, meaning that I held her against her will. All these things were untrue. Again, I was a 19-year-old black man. She was a 17-year-old young white female. Trust me, I would not have gotten out of this situation if she would have just told small lies, like they made me go to the car. I told them I didn't want to do it when we were in the car, and they told me that they wouldn't let me leave unless, like, if she'd have just told small lies, I would have went to jail. There are black men all over the world that go to jail for less, right? It would, and I don't mean to smile, but it was only that she told such outlandish stories, like that she lied so much, that saved me. So, you know, yes.